What is going on, guys? Is Rexsi here. I thought it would be pretty cool if I did my own sort of spin on a top 5 series. It's not going to be like a typical top 5 of just anything. It's going to be different and more specific based on topics of like typical duel players and gods and playstyles and things like that. So it's going to be, like types of players, things that they like to do. For example, this top 5 is going to be top 5 most annoying gods that you have to face in duel on a regular basis. And other ones I plan on making are like top 5 gods for aggressive players, things like that. I thought it'd be really interesting. So if you do have any ideas or suggestions that you'd like to see me cover, please be sure to leave them in the comments below. Anyways, before we get started on the list, remember this is based on my personal opinion. If you disagree, feel free to discuss it in the comments. Do whatever you want, but please don't take it on me like I'm some sort of idiot just because you don't agree with my own personal experience in the game mode. So yeah, it's personal opinion, remember. Anyways, let's get on to the list. Starting off our list at number 5 is Amuzin Cobb. This is actually surprising if you're someone that doesn't play Duel regularly, because who would have thought, a god with pretty much hardly any real mobility or escapability is actually one of the most frustrating and annoying gods you can ever play against in Duel. It doesn't really seem like AMC would be as stupidly strong and annoying as he is, but if you ever play against one in Duel, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's quickly go over his kit so you can start to get an idea as to why it's so annoying. He's a god that basically pretty much has a constant up to 30% movement speed and 40% attack speed buff, 60 HP 5, and all that stuff everywhere on the map. Like, if you think about Duel, around every corner, like, there's a he can place it around corners or behind things, right? So there's very specific spots in Duel that characters that you can't really go around on, or you specifically have to go out of your way to remove a hive. It's really easy for AMC to just place them anywhere, and there's a good chance that wherever he is on the map, he's constantly going to have those bonuses, and they're really hard to deal with. Not to mention they also work as a mini ward and can block an auto attack. His hives alone make him a monster to deal with. Hardly any god in the game can box AMC, especially hunters. He's got stupidly hard hitting autos, sustain, attack, and movement speed. It's ridiculous. There's a reason why this god is so top tier, and that's only his first ability. At level 3, he's got incredibly good clear, and once he gets Transcendence online, he can basically one-hit the wave, and that does a crap ton of damage, even the gods. And on top of that, he's also got a slowing dot that he can place from super far away. All on top of the fact that, he's got an ultimate that does like 60% of most gods, especially mages, HP in like one hit, and can be picked up with such a low cooldown that he basically will have it the next time he sees you if he kills you. Anyways, yeah, it's pretty clear to see why this god is so annoying. So let's move on to number 4. At number 4, we have the 4 ultimate god himself, Hebow. Never saw this one coming, did you? I feel like I really don't even need to list off why the hell Hebow is on this list. Like, literally the only thing more annoying than playing against the god with 4 ultimates is the voice in the back of my head screaming, "Why didn't I ban this fucking god?" I'm not gonna go super in-depth as to why Hebow is so stupidly annoying and bullshit, because, it's pretty obvious, but I will gloss over it. He has stupidly low cooldowns and stupidly high damage. His 1 is on like the shortest cooldown known to goddamn man, and his 3 knocks up, and his 2 not only slows you, but it speeds him up and immunes him, and is practically always there, like off cooldown. His ultimate ability is also the scariest possible noise to ever hear in-game. This is also going to be a running theme, you'll notice, in terms of what's actually really annoying to face in Duel, based on the current meta. So the meta is to rush Bancrofts as fast as possible and normally get Bracer as a relic. As you can imagine, this is really annoying. Think about it, Bancrofts gives you a ridiculous amount of damage and lifesteal off your magical abilities for a really low price. Combine this with the fact that you can get it to its 5th stack of its passive, and then just Bracer your HP back and continue the engagement. Oh yeah, not even to mention, upgraded Bracer literally resets your cooldowns, so you can spam Hebow abilities back to back. It's pretty obvious as to why I put him on this list. You'll start to understand why he's not higher up on the list as we go along. Anyways, let's move on to the 3rd most annoying god to play against in Duel. At number 3, we have the almighty cheesiest god throughout multiple seasons, the runner-up, the heavyweight champion, the edgelord, Kronos himself. Although he's not as strong as he was in Season 2 with the old map, and being able to literally only do objectives, his playstyle and how annoying he is overall has not changed one bit. It should be pretty easy to see why Kronos is number 3 on this list, but I'll go over some of the things that stand out the most in regards to why he's such an annoying little shit. Let's start off in the earlier stages of the game. Kronos' sustain. This god has absolutely ridiculous sustain. With the meta being Embracer and Bancross Rush majority of the time, like I said, he has a ton of base healing just with his autos because of Bancross. On top of that, he also has the option to, do more damage with his autos, or have more damage overall, or heal himself, or just not have to spend mana on abilities. Combine that with the Bancroft's lifesteal, and not to mention up to an extra 35% attack speed. Yeah, okay. Oh, he's also one of the absolute fastest gods in the game, with an extra up to 45% movement speed. Ha ha. But hey, that's pretty sick that you might even manage to get him low enough, powering through his stupid sustain. But guess what? He's got Bracer. He basically has like 2 ultimates in his meta, and every time he gets super low, he gets more power and sustain and for Bancrofts, and he just heals it back. Yeah. So yeah, his ultimate and his 2 are definitely the things that make him one of the most frustrating gods to ever come up against in a duel. Besides that, let's talk about Peel. So, he can poke you safely from a distance and practically insta-clear the way with his 1-3. He can place his 1 below himself and hit a melee attacking enemy. If he is in any sort of danger or just wants to be safe, he can pop his 2 to either run in, try to poke you and get progressively faster and just run back to his tower with 0 risk, or he can just save his 2 for after his combo so that if he misses, he can just run away. He's the king of being aggressive and passively annoying. If you're ever in danger of just attempting to hurt him as he Phoenix camps, good luck trying to run away from that discount Sonic looking ass. His 3 is also a stun and has a huge ability that is practically impossible to miss up close, and even if he hits you with this once late game with his 2 active, yeah, say goodbye even though you got him to 1 HP. You're the idiot here, you just totally made him stronger, it's your fault, whoa. But trust me, I wish these were the biggest problems about playing against the Kronos. The biggest issue is he's able to pop that 2 of his off and do ridiculous damage to objectives once you hit a late game, and then just ult away, and then instantly pop his 2 again, and wait till his ult comes off cooldown, and rinse and repeat. So enjoy being backdoored non-stop all game while this Latam asshole spam taunts you non-stop. Not to mention his passive makes him stronger the longer the game goes. So yeah, it's probably starting to add up why it's so annoying to face a character like this. I understand higher tier gods like Hebow and AMC definitely are annoying to face off against, but I swear one of the worst possible feelings you can ever get in Duel when you're destroying a Kronos is him just camping until late game and then running past you to backdoor, and there's hardly anything you can do to stop it. If your Phoenix is down, have fun, my friend. Anyways, let's move on to number 2. At number 2, we have, without a doubt, one of the most annoying characters to ever hit the Duel scene. Gem of Isolation and this god go together almost as well as a peanut butter and jelly. The only difference is a PB&J doesn't make me want to kill myself as much as a Poseidon does. Yeah, the second most annoying god to ever play against in Duel is Poseidon. You know what I'm talking about. If you don't, and you're also a Poseidon main, and you don't agree with me, you also know what I'm talking about, but you're just in denial. If you watch my videos, you know exactly why I hate this god more than almost any other in the world. 90% of Poseidon players have the exact same playstyle. Rush Bancrofts, Bracer, typical stuff, but instead of even somewhat fighting you at any points of the game, like the previous 3 gods, Poseidon from level 3 can just instant clear a wave and fucking spoon his tower the entire game. So you can guess what it's like facing one for like 25 minutes. Like, he's not even insanely good in the meta, he's above average. He's not as strong as most of the gods on this list, but he's just that annoying to play against. His sustain is the same as pretty much all of the mages. Bancroft's, Bracer, and dumb healing from his abilities that he insta-clears with and slowly heals with from Bancroft's under tower. So, let's talk about his peel. Pretty much every single one of his abilities is self-peel, which is a running theme in this list. His 1 is a knockback, his 2 is a movement speed increase, with massive auto attacks that slow you, his 3 is a cripple and has a pulling effect, and his ult is a knock-up that stuns you in a huge radius. Not to mention, every single one of these abilities proc gem, even his goddamn 2. Combine the whole gem proc on every single ability portion with the fact that Poseidon is one of the few ranged gods in the game that can reliably still use Old Frostalis, that time would be pretty proud. Like, you're still able to spam abilities on such a low cooldown that proc gem, so it's difficult to push up against the Poseidon who backstats you and then immediately turns around until his abilities are up in a few seconds, and by the time you're close enough, he just rinse and repeats. His 2 is basically not even on cooldown, and has gem on it and can have hastened ring. His cooldowns are so short, he could reliably ult buffs just to secure them. Oh, you think you can stop a tower camping Poseidon? You want to hold the wave? Nah, he'll just insta-clear this 3, or even hit the front mains, run away. Want to try baiting him out of Bull Demon? Good luck, he's got sentries and unlimited insane movement speed that he'll be spam taunting you with the whole way back to his tower. Want to do Bull Demon and try to stop his tower camping? Good luck out securing a Poseidon ult when you're playing like 80% of the normal shitty secure gods in the game. Pray to God that he doesn't get your Phoenix either. Have fun trying to stop Poseidon as he sprints past you to ability spam your Titan off respawn. That took a lot of venting, but hopefully it helps you see what I'm talking about when I say playing against some gods, even when I manage to win, give me some of the most frustrating experiences I've ever had in Duel. Anyways, it's time to move on to number 1. Before we actually do move on, I want to, of course, say some honorable mentions. The type of god that, deep down, always tilts us no matter what. Gods like Loki, probably the most hated god in the history of the game. Although you're not as strong as you once were, your memory of being a piece of shit in Duel will live on forever. Hu Yi, because, you know, getting randomly triple bounced off some random luck is always fun. Bakasura and Kali, the gold medal holders of the left-click Olympics. Then we have gods that are just annoying to face because they got insane sustain, or can just clear the way from a mile away and never fight you. Gods like Freya, Pele, Thoth, Sol, or Hades. But with those out of the way, let's move on to the ultimate, most frustrating, tilt-inducing, virgin-playing character in Duel, Vulcan. Vulcan. In my experience, he is the absolute, without a doubt, most frustrating character to be up against. No matter what god you're playing, Vulcan will always be the most annoying matchup you can get. I win majority of all games I play against Vulcans, even in terrible matchups, as most of you know. But most of you also know how often annoyed I get playing against Vulcans. Like, literally check my videos for the past 2 months. I play against Vulcans every other day, if not every day. And add up, on average, how much I play against them. It's insane. That character is one of the few reasons this game actually gets me angry sometimes, even when I'm winning. This is a character that, in every way, shape, or form, is designed to just be a fucking nuisance. Like, every single ability of his is peel. Even worse than Poseidon. Like, let's just list them off, shall we? His 1 launches himself backwards, and is also on a stupidly low cooldown. The exact same cooldown as a Hebow 1, except it's a movement ability. His 2 gets placed in front of him and shoots in a cone and stuff, and can be difficult to avoid, not to mention it can also body block some abilities, and block auto attacks when he stands behind it, and then spams you the abilities as he runs in a circle, and you keep getting in range in front of it, and it hits you, and it can also clear waves and even buffs by itself, so Vulcan can tower camp so hard he doesn't even have to be there. His 3, he can be thrown on top of him to cover himself completely, and it can secure hitting his 1, and as a melee, sticking to this bastard is just one of the most annoying things ever. And even if you manage to juke that knockup, by the time that happens, his 1 will be up again, and his turret probably. And his 3-1 combo, when timed correctly, is insanely quick damage for crazy buff secure, and it instantly clears waves. Oh yeah, he can also ult from his tower, so you can't even zone him from XP, it hits the whole wave. So he can out-secure you on literally everything, including Bull Demon, with his ult or even just his 3-1 from, like, so far away. Oh yeah, by the way, gem procs on, like, everything too, so just throw that shit in there too. There's also the same annoyance that carries over from the meta itself onto this god and other gods as well, the Bancroft's passive and Bracer combination. Getting super low and doing extra damage and healing more, and then just bracering back out of damage. Upgraded Bracer reset with Vulcan abilities is, like, even worse than Hebow. This is literally what it feels like trying to play against a Vulcan. I'm not even kidding. Anyways, yeah, that's my list. Hopefully you did enjoy the video and the topic. If you did, please be sure to leave it a like and let me know if you enjoyed this sort of thing. Also, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell to see me rage against Vulcans or any of the other gods in the list live on my own videos. I would also really appreciate it if you commented your thoughts and ideas for future top 5s, because this was very fun to make, and I think we could make this a very fun series. Anyways, I will see you next time, guys. Hope you all have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.